Hello there, welcome to another talk, another meditation. And today's talk is called What or Where is Heaven? I was requested not to do this talk, but there's another topic that someone suggested to me in an email called Spiritual Awakening versus Sheeple. So I will be getting around to that in the near future. Fingers crossed. But yeah, into this topic. What or where is heaven? Very important. You know, there's two parts to this. Well, not two parts. I don't mean two parts, actual two talks. But there's two elements to it. There's the heaven within, and there is the place that you go to that people call heaven, where all your loved ones from past lives and all different lives are there, and you connect with them people through the heart energy. You know, the frequency of love. But to really access heaven, it's just like what I just mentioned with the heart. It's within there. You know, that's where you need to go. A good example is, you know, the boxer Muhammad Ali. You know, he found peace within himself, even though he was there with Parkinson's, and he found that heaven within himself. And so that's, but also, you know, heaven is also a place also. People that have had near-death experiences, they say, you know, that it's up, way up in the sky. And people that have had near-death experiences have said that they went up, you know, for a long time, and then you get into heaven. And so, but the truth is that a person is, you are the cosmos in the form of a being. You see, it's all connected. But in this place, the thing is, you know, if you're in a great place and everyone's happy, if you haven't done the healing work, then it's not going to be heaven to you, because you are a spirit. Your reality manifests from your feelings and emotions, and there's no escape from that. This is the problem. A lot of people, there's a lot of escapism, and that is a problem. You know, you have to get over that, because that's, you know, if you just escape all the time, the problems are still going to be there, and they're going to develop themselves. So I think the thing is, for a lot of people, we need to get out of this escapism thing, you know, and start just feeling what we feel and going with whatever's going on within us in the present moment. And that's giving you an indication onto what needs healed. And then you will create that heaven within yourself, and then it won't matter where you are. But there is a place also, you know, that people can go to in death when the spirit leaves the body. That near-death experiencers say, they say that in this place, I mean, I'm just repeating what they say, that when you die and you're old, according to reports, that your age gets younger and younger to your perfect age, within your whatever your perfect age is to you. So if, say, you're the Queen and you die, you're 96, whatever, you would get younger and younger. It's a more energetic world, but I don't know that too much more. It's supposed to be more energetic. People that have like lost body parts, they can like create new ones. all the people from, because, you know, say you are in your 90s, someone could get born tomorrow, you could die today. You're being born in totally different time, but in other lives you've actually been the same lifetime. And in heaven, they say that documentaries that I've watched, that you meet these people. I'm not saying that, I'm not telling you to believe this, but I believe it's true. I do. And but you know, people have their all different opinions, and I believe that karma is the law. And I think that's why things happen in the world that people think it's you know, bad, but I think it's because karma rules everything. Means that if someone does bad, they have to have bad back, you know. And that would be fair. And but regarding heaven, yeah, heaven is a place, but it's also a thing within yourself, and you must find that the heaven within yourself before you'd even be happy on the real heaven. You know, I mean, because I mean, there's people out there that aren't very awakened spiritually. Imagine if they were in a land full of Christs and Buddhas, they wouldn't fit in there. You know what I'm saying? And there's this idea, people have this idea that they're going to go someplace and they're going to feel better. No, you can't, there's no escape. Right? You hear people say, I am what I'm experiencing. Yeah, you are. Because it's coming from within you. Right? There's little things of it's escapism happens all the time, so it's very important to acknowledge that. You know, in this healing path of mine, there's been times through it where I've had to, especially in the start of the spiritual awakening, where I had to sit, you know, there'd be tears that are coming, and I had to go through this all by myself. And it's all part of the healing. Now I don't go through that. You know, and so it's been released. And to get to heaven is a process. You know, don't let people tell you, you know, oh, it's all in your mind. It's not. It is a process. And to get to heaven, it's like going up ladders. But you've got to ascend first. Right? And this place, I know it exists. Because I'm not a medium, but I do know I know that a lot of spirit is around me and helping my spiritual path. And I believe that some of these people, maybe a lot of them, I've known in other lives. There's a new lady that I've had come to me, a new female spirit guide in the last month. And I know that I've known this woman in another lifetime. Maybe, I don't know if it's as a lover's context, but I don't know, but I know that I've been in a life with this person, but I've not known her in this lifetime. And I know that place exists. I've had some spiritual awakenings regarding this. I've had some spiritual awakenings. A few years ago, I had these spiritual awakenings where I was getting shown how I had these energetic powers. And I could manifest any like emotion I wanted, and that was I know what that was. That was like a spiritual awakening, showing me what happens when you die, giving me a little glimpse. So the death world, you know, that spirit world, the heaven, what they call heaven, you know, I do believe that it's a place within, but also it's about ascending so that you're ready to go there also. Right? A bit like the film, if you've seen, there's a film in the 1990s called Ghost. And in the end of the movie, he makes, you know, peace. He sees, you know, the woman he was with. He makes peace with things, and then he ascends to heaven. And that's, and as I'm saying this, I get this fuzzy feeling. I know that's when, you know, I'm not a medium, as I say, like my mother on my mum's side, but I know when spirits are around me, and I know when they agree. When I get this euphoric, fuzzy feeling, like my neck area, ear area, then I know that they agree. But yeah, and so heaven is a place within. But it's about, like Muhammad Ali's path at the end of his life was basically a trial. He was being trialed, and he had to go through that Parkinson's. And he said it when he was alive, a few years before he died, that he knew it was a test. Right? And that's what it was. It was about developing him. Because if you're going to meet the Son of God, or I'm not religious, but, if you're going to do that, you need to be ready for that. It's a bit like a boxer. A boxer has to have so many fights, to have the main fight, or a soccer team, if you're American, to call it soccer. Where a football team, they have to train, right? You have to be ready to go to the place heaven. But there's a within heaven and there's a place heaven. There's two different heavens. But when you, as you develop, you realize that they are connected. And the heart energy, I believe that infrared energy is that energy also. I just wanted to put that in there, infrared healing, which is something new I'm getting into. I believe that when you sun gaze, you tap into that also. And the heart especially is where your loved ones are. And that's that world, and the heart area is how you connect with that power and that world in heaven, what people call heaven. And the real heaven as a place is that place that where you've got to pass the test. Your job, your only job on this planet, is to do the inner healing work and ascension. It's nothing else, right? It's to ascend. And the Queen just died recently, and so I think that I'll use her. What did she do? She gave her whole life to a service, and that's like you, and do it and be like the Queen and don't complain. Don't complain about it. And your job, your service, is to do the inner healing work, to ascend, be an example of what to be. And so yeah, it's about that inner pathway. And yeah, but like I say, heaven is a place also. But you can't just go to the place because you're not ready. You see, it's like people say about this pathway, there are levels to it. You see, some people don't understand. They don't understand, and I'm talking about people in the New Age field. Because you get people that have actually had unexpected spiritual awakenings, which are the real chosen ones, by the way, and people that haven't. And if that's you, you're going through an awakening right now, then you understand what I'm talking about. And the awakening on earth, that's connected to heaven, and it's about merging this planet with the heaven, the spirit world heaven. The kingdom of heaven, as Jesus Christ called it. And so it's all about doing your service work, which is the inner work. When you don't be an example by speaking words and saying I'm this, I'm that. You do it by, like the Queen or Princess Diana, another great example. You don't have to say much. It's about who you are and doing the inner work, and the real service is the spiritual service, the inner work. And then it won't matter where you are. But that's when you'll be ready for when you transition to go to heaven. So it's about the inner work, it's about finding that peace and helping other life forms on this planet ascend also. You see, that's why you're here. Like, the John Lennon song Imagine, and that song just came into my head right now, and that's really what it's about, creating peace and harmony on the planet. And that is the awakening that's happening. But I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, research, songs, and much, much more, please do visit my website, My new talks are always located at the top of my homepage on my website. My website address is www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.